Hey everybody, welcome to the Muddy Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about pants, and we're going to be talking about these pants. These are the EMERSON AOR1 Combat pants. These aren't their blue label or yellow label, whatever that's called now. They're standard tan labeled EMERSONs. They're big boy sized. I'm a big guy. But yeah, I want to show you kind of how they look, how they fit. Not too shabby. And we're going to go inside now, get out of this heat, because Texas is hot. It's kind of the surface of the sun. And we're going to look at the stitching and the quality and the pattern. So anyway, stick around. Join me inside. All right, we are back inside, guys, and I have removed my trousers. Here we are. This is the EMERSON tactical pants. As I said, outside, these are not the blue label, yellow label. These are just the standard EMERSON gear tan labeled pants. Stuff you would find in most airsoft shops. I did get these off eBay. I bought them from overseas. I got them from a airsoft store in China, probably, or Hong Kong, most likely. And they're better than I expected. I will not lie to you guys. I actually got these because there's a game coming up in September that I'm going to be going to, Six Flags, the VFA game. And I'm on the tan side, so I said, hey, I'll grab some AOR1 stuff or close enough to AOR1 for my kit, just for fun. I'm going to be doing tan, why not? Don't have anything AOR1. The pattern, like I said, it's close, but not perfect. I do have a frock top here of the Marpat Persuasion, and I just kind of feel like it's very close. Other than the fact that the frogs always kind of have like this weird pinkish hue to them after a while. That's the Defender M fabric issue, not so much the pattern. And I don't know. Stitching's good. It's not like I'm like, oh my god, these are just as good as Cry's. They're not. But the stitching is good. It's not bad. As you can see through here, all the stitching seems okay. Nothing looks crazy, like poorly stitched, errant threads everywhere. So you're not getting a terrible product for the price you're paying. You have the same pockets you're going to have on a Cry. You got the ankle pockets like these down here on the trouser. You have the same cuff adjusters, Velcro cuff adjusters like you would on a set of Cry's. Same style knee pocket like you would have on a set of Cry's. I have to mention these knee pads right here. So those are the EMERSON gear knee pads that came with it. This is a real Cry pad. Not exactly the same shape, but really close. These EMERSON pads are 100% by far the best repro pads I have touched or felt. The cap is very nice. It's very, very similar to a Cry cap. So almost feels like it's roughly the same rubber, if not the same rubber that Cry uses, or plasticized rubber material. The stitching on the cap is not great, but it's not bad either. Looks like they use a slightly smaller or thinner thread on the EMERSON versus the Cry. Time will tell if that's going to come unstitched or become an issue. And then the base padding, guys, the base padding is kind of where I was like sold. Let me get this thing out of here. Oh, wow, I really got him in there. That's also a plus. They went in really well. So the base padding is the thickest padding I've seen yet on a repro knee pad, and it actually feels good. It's very thick. It's actually thicker than these Cry's I have, but these are also damn near 7-8 years old, maybe more. So I don't know if the foam has lost some of its like density over time and it just got that worn in, but the EMERSON pad is thicker, as you can see right there, and it feels really good. It articulates well, it bends well, so I don't have an issue there. I'm actually probably going to run the knockoff pads with these. Normally I swap out to a real set of Cry's, the Airflexes, but I don't know if I'm gonna this time. I think I'm gonna try these out for a while, see how they roll. Stretch material, like I said, is okay. It's not as shiny as the old iterations of combat pants, like AOR1 style, but it's still not as matte, I guess is the right term, than the real Cry stuff. Someone could correct me, maybe I'm wrong. Someone out there who probably has real AOR1 Cry's will be like, no, bro, that's exactly how it looks. It's a two-way stretch, not a four-way stretch. I can't remember if the real stuff's 2- or 4-way, but it is stretch. Same thigh pockets with the adjusters, just like on a real Cry right here. Some shock cord, with a captured sewn in cord lock, and that's how you adjust your knee ride height. And then you do have your adjusters for the kneecaps and knee pads on the sides as well to kind of focus them in, tighten them up. Same large thigh pocket like you would have on a real cry set. It is Velcro, and you also have the elastic inside for a bottle or a magazine. So this is the only place so far I've seen some kind of iffy stitched areas or just cut fabric is right there. And still, that's not too bad. It's an easy remedy. Just kind of burn it off, cut it, whatever you want to do. It's not a big deal. I don't see that being a problem or having problems going forward with that. We also have the knife channel that kind of goes down into here, just like on a real set of cries for like a pocket knife. It runs into the cargo pocket. It's like there's a little tuck channel for like a pocket knife, like this CRKT right here. Drop that in there. Nice fit. Now I have a Gerber knife I like to use too that I carry, and I don't like putting it in here. It doesn't really fit. So this is the Gerber knife that I carry. It's very similar to the knife I was issued when I was at Rivering Squadron. It's a little push assist. I had one like this, and I had a push button one. I like the push button one. It broke years ago. Have not been able to get it fixed, so stuck with these things. They're not bad knives. They're very wide here, back here. You know, I have not done a video on this. I need to do that. But because of this bulge portion here, they don't like to fit in these pockets very easily. You can get them in there, but they're just not the best, I've noticed. They fit a little better on this AOR1 set than they did with the, I think it was the Krydex set I tried. So maybe the Emersons are better, because it did go in pretty good this time. All my Krydex pairs, this pocket's a little too small. Anyway, it doesn't go in there. Biggest issue I have with this is sometimes you can bump that, and it's very easy to open. So be careful, fellas and ladies, when you're playing with knives. So yeah, knife pocket. We still have the zipper pockets in the rear. Standard zipper slash pockets, see? And these claim to be YKK. I'm sure they might be, or they just may be Chinese YKK knockoffs. I don't know. You do have your waist adjusters, which is not bad, because if you do err on the, make a mistake and you got to get the wrong size and they're a little too big, you can adjust them. Now, if you get the wrong size and they're too small, well, you are out of luck. Same thing on this side. Everything I'm showing you is mirrored on the opposite leg, so we're not going to go leg to leg. The seat is reinforced right here. You got a double ply ripstop, and you do have your gusseted stretch crotch. That's always a plus. And then the stretch back. Now, the waistband is not really padded at all. It's almost non-existent. Cry stuff has a little more padding than this waistband. So that's kind of take it or leave it. For some people, that's a fucking godsend. For other people, they'll be like, oh, I want the padding. I do like how comfortable a Cry waistband is. It's one of the things that I think actually makes Cry pants more comfortable than a lot of pants out there, is just the way the waist is cut and the way the waistband is. The front area is Velcro, like a real set of Cries, with a zipper. I'm not a big fan of the zip, to be honest with you. I kind of like button flies better. I wish it was buttons and a Velcro, but what are you going to do? Loops are big, nice loops. I think these are like 2-inch, roughly, right about 2-inch loops. So it means you can get bigger belts in here, not just your standard rigger belts, but a standard rigger belt will go in just fine. They do still have the little areas for like, not cordage, cordage go in there too. Like little D hooks, like S-beaners and shit. It's for holding like gloves and stuff. The Cry ones have the same thing. And that is on this loop here and this loop here. And then you don't have it repeated on the rear loops. Overall, not a bad pair of pants. Also, hold on, you do have the knee cover, I guess, when you're not running pads. You just put this in here and Velcro it up properly, and it covers up your stretch material. So, anyway. Overall, not a bad set of pants. Fits okay. If you're a bigger dude, just be prepared to it not possibly fit the way you want it to. Measurements are key, but they're not always correct on these. I've done a bunch of different pairs, measured myself, and was like, okay, this should fit me. Get it in, and it doesn't quite fit. So buyer beware there. Remember, it's kind of Asian sizing, trying to get Western sizing, but not quite understanding Western sizing, I guess. I don't know. It's hit or miss. It's not cry. That's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, last bits. Coloration's not horrible. I personally think it looks more like Desert Marpat than AOR1, but I could be completely wrong. But it does just feel more like a Desert Marpat. That also is not bad as far as I'm concerned, because I like Desert Marpat. The stretch areas are decent, but not the best, but they're definitely better than they have been in the past, and all the pockets are where they should be. So it's a good representation of a Cry combat pant, but not the best. Definitely better than past iterations from Emerson. I hope to see other AOR1 copies going forward to find out which ones might be better. But if you're in the market for a set of Desert Digital or AOR1 combat pants and you don't have Cry or Die money, like I just don't for AOR1, that's outside of my wheelhouse, my budget, but you do want the pattern, these might be an option for you. I will link the eBay seller in the description so you guys can go check these out, especially if you're some of my bigger fellas. You finally have a pant that'll fit you instead of those possibly 38s that are really not 38s. As always, guys, get out there, man. Play some airsoft, be a bunch of dorks. Don't be afraid to test and try new gear. That's kind of what I do and why I'm here. I kind of buy stuff so you don't have to. LARP smarter, harder. Hope I'll see you in the field. Peace.